Hello and welcome to the channel where we talk about all things Weiss Schwarz and chill with friends. My name is Liam and today I'm going to share my top 5 anime that should come to Weiss Schwarz. Now if you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you do enjoy this video, please let me know by hitting that like button, as well as that checking my other social medias on Twitch, on Twitter, on Discord and on Patreon. All the links are in the description below. But let's jump straight in. So like I said, I'm going to be talking about... Words are hard. Okay. So in this video, I'm going to be covering my top 5 anime that I would love to see in Weiss Schwarz in 2023, including reasons as to why, what sort of mechanics I'd expect to see, and yes, as a result of that, spoiler warning, I will be talking about anime and obviously what happened in those anime and why that mechanic would work in Weiss Schwarz and how it would work with flavour and things like that. So there will be some spoilers here, some not so big, some actually quite massive. So, you know, you have been warned, and if you don't want spoilers for the anime that I'm going to be reading out, make sure you pause and skip to the next one. I don't want you to be spoiled if you don't want to be, but spoiler warning. And obviously this is my top 5 list. Let me know your thoughts on this. Would you agree with my top 5 or anything within the top 5? Is there something that I've missed that you would love to see in Weiss Schwarz? And, you know, what sort of mechanics would you expect to see in that set? Again, let me know in the comments below, or let me know on my Discord server. You know, we have really fantastic discussions in there regarding Weiss Schwarz custom sets. We've got a few people on the server that have made custom sets, myself included, where you can ask us questions on how to make custom sets, which I use Magic Set Editor too, where if you're interested on how to do that, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video on how to use Magic Set Editor to create your own custom sets, and the sort of processes that I use to make my own custom sets, but we'll come to that later. But without further ado, let's jump into our list. So number 5 on my list is Dress Up Darling. Now, people know Dress Up Darling. It absolutely blew the spring 2022 anime season out of the water. It was a fantastically and well-made anime, very, very popular, and it's already gone to Ashika, so it's already gone to a TCG. You know, what's stopping it coming to Weiss Schwarz as long as Bushiroad could get the license for it? Season 2 is coming very soon as well. Yeah, I genuinely think Dress Up Darling would be a fantastic license for Bushiroad to get. You've also got the core deck where you have, say, the Marin and Gojo deck. You could then also have the potential for Inui Sisters deck, the 2 sisters, with Gojo actually like supporting them. And then you could have like a collective deck with all 4 characters for like a convention style deck. You could also utilize Gojo's dad or granddad even to actually, you know, be in like a mono Gojo deck and talking about like his development as a seamstress. Yeah, I genuinely think there's a really good opportunity for some good flavour there. You could look at change mechanics for the girls in terms of, you know, changing into cosplays and things like that. You could have like, it's very similar to Card Captor Sakura in English, where you have one card that changes into 3 or 4 different level 3s and have different combos around those. That would be really cool. You again, same with the twin sisters, where again you can have their normal forms, they change into their cosplay forms, and they all go together. You've got potentially Gojo could have an accelerate, like a thing around him. Again, he rushes his cosplays because he wanted to make sure it was done in time for the convention. So you could apply some sort of accelerate condition there, stuff like that. Obviously, sis would be easy enough with it as well because you've got, you know, Gojo constantly supporting the girls and things like that. So I genuinely think there's a real big opportunity for the mechanics of Weiss Schwarz to fit Dress Up Darling very, very well. But let's see what happens. Season 2 coming up, it might come to Weiss Schwarz. I think it's got a high probability, just providing they can actually get the license, and that's the biggest thing, because I can't remember if Dress Up Darling is Aniplex or not, and if it is, it's going to be a struggle. But we've seen them get Sword Art Online back with the anime 10th anniversary. The chance is there. We'll see. But yeah, Dress Up Darling would be a fantastic first choice here. Number 4 on my list is Danganronpa. Now, if you know Danganronpa, you know how fantastic a game / anime series it is. And again, there is so much potential if this came to Weiss. I think you've got, you could turn the trials into stage performances, or the murderous investigations into, stage performances. You could look at the original Danganronpa game itself and do a deck around that, or a set around that. You could do sets around all the Danganronpa games. You've got the Danganronpa 2 actual game, which is specifically around the Ultimate Despairs, but when they're not Ultimate Despairs. It's a really weird game. Check it out, it's fantastic. I've not long finished it, actually. It's a very good game. But yeah, I think that you could go Danganronpa 3 and you could have the Hope and Despair arc and have that as a set where you have a Hope deck, a Despair deck. You could even, implement some form of Monokuma army deck with Junko Enoshima as like the main big guy at the end, the level 3 that would come down and basically combo based upon Monokuma's Engrave or whatever. But yeah, I'd say that there is so many opportunities there as well. Not only that, you could have a whole new different type of mechanic where I saw a custom set with it related to Doki Doki Literature Club. Creepy. But you can have flip card effects where basically a card is put into a sleeve in a certain way. It must go in a certain way to start with. And then when you play a combo and things like that, you turn the card over and basically turn it over in the sleeve. So it's like a double printed card, similar to Magic the Gathering with the Transformer cards, the More Meets the Eye effect. You could utilize that in some way. And if Magic have done it and made the mechanic work in Magic, why can't Weiss do a certain thing as well in Weiss Schwarz, where again, because cards are sleeved in competitive tournaments, you wouldn't see what those cards are unless they're sleeved. So yeah, I think it's a really, really cool idea, again, where you can utilize memory to simulate executions or deaths. You could utilize the student handbook in some way as an event. There's so much you can do with Danganronpa. I think it'd be a fantastic option to come to Weiss Schwarz. Maybe if Bushiroad did some form of like retro anime release list where, I don't know, they did over a year 6 anime or 6 games that have got a massive following and things like that, but obviously they're not getting any new releases because they're totally done, and they just got sets. And that would be really, really cool, and I think it'd be a really nice idea. But whether that happens or not, I don't know. But we'll wait and see. I think it'd be a really cool idea. I'd really like that. Please do that. Please, Bushiroad. Number 3 on my list is Girlfriend Girlfriend, or Kanojo mo Kanojo. This anime is about polyamorous relationships, and obviously the main guy Naoya basically obviously would have decks around the girls in his life. Got to do something for the fans, a bit more smutty, similar to like Rent a Girlfriend, that side of things. Those slice of life comedies, relationship or like romance based anime. Again, you could do decks where, again, Nagisa works well in a deck which has both Nagisa and Naoya in it. Saki does really well like as a deck just with Naoya, also combining with Nagisa in some way. You could just have a deck just for the girls. Now you could have just Saki, Nagisa, and what's her name, Rika. You could use like a deck around that. Again, Rika could be a weird one where Rika would be a good deck with just Naoya, or with all 3 of the girls plus Naoya on top. You got Shino as well, the grey-haired girl. She could be a fantastic deck where it could have a Shino Saki deck. Or Shino Saki Naoya. There's so many options you could do, and it gives a real good room for complex deck building because you've got all these different combinations of characters that work well together. So that would absolutely be something to check out. And again, it could be a combo deck where all 5 characters are used, and again, you can make like an Exodia deck. There's so much you could do, and again, season 2 is coming soon, so again, it's another opportunity to jump on a popular anime that's recently come out. I just hope you do it better when you look at Rent a Girlfriend, because Rent a Girlfriend wasn't a great set, let's be honest. It was, given the time it was released, not very good. So I hope they would do this set a lot more justice if they did do it. And number 2 on my list is Haikyuu. Now, Haikyuu is a volleyball anime, which I'm sure a lot of people know about. It's a Shonen Jump anime. It's unlikely to happen, but sports anime like this, I think, would be perfect for Weiss Schwarz. You could use the stage similar to like a court or a pitch, whatever you want to call it, in whatever sport you're looking at. You could look at Blue Lock as well, for example. Could look on a basket. Those sort of sports anime Could be fantastic, but the reason why I choose Haikyuu is, one, it was the one that got me into that sports anime, that shonen sports anime, and secondly, Haikyuu's already had a actual theatre stage performance. So, you know, considering that Weiss Schwarz is all about being on a stage and performing, you know, Haikyuu fits the bill more than anything because they've literally already been on stage. Literally. In terms of the actual, like, you know, again, using the stage as a court, you can have certain effects that occur in certain positions. So, for example, Kageyama or Sugawara, basically could be effects, given that they're setters, could have effects in the middle slot of center stage. You could have Hinata, you know, the little ginger boy, who basically, as his decoy effect, could have a level 3 combo that basically rushes him out from the back row and basically gives you another attack. You could link that to the synchronized attack thing that they do in the anime. It looked really freaking cool. You could have Tanaka with certain effects on the sides of the center stage because he's a wing spiker. You got Nishinoya, Hinata. Again, they could combine together and have like some sort of change mechanic with memory or something like that. Whereby, you know, because you got Hinata, who's the offensive, Nishinoya being the libero, being the defensive. You can have some form of change combo at level 1, very similar to how like Persona 5 do it. You could have that sort of effect where it's from waiting room, or you could have it where it's from a memory effect. There's quite a bit you could do with that at level 1, level 2, sort of seeing how you do. Tsukishima obviously could have a bodyguard effect, given he's a middle blocker. Daichi being the captain, having like global assists. You've got Asahi in terms of potential burn combo, like a climaxless burn combo, you know, given he's the ace of the team. There's so much you could do with it. And then you could integrate other teams in other sets, where again you've got Nekoma, you've got Shira Torizawa. You could do the Japan under 18s training sessions, where you combine the likes of obviously Kageyama and the other people that he goes with during that under 18s trainings and like the scouting thing. Yeah, Haikyuu I think would be a fantastic anime to come through with Weiss Schwarz, and I'm genuinely considering actually making a custom set for this. So if you're interested, let me know, and I'll happily share the files once I've done. Obviously, they are, you know, free to distribute, things like that. I'm not making any profit of it, so feel free to go nuts if I do make it. And if you're interested to see my other custom sets, just let me know. But let's jump on to our number 1 slot. I'm sure you know what's coming. So, of course, my number 1 anime that needs to come to Weiss Schwarz in 2023 has to be Eurocamp. Cozy club, laid back camp, Eurocamp, whatever you call it. Why is this not in Weiss Schwarz? It's already in Rebirth. It's gone to Oshika. We've got the movie that's just come out. Why is it not in Weiss Schwarz? I just don't get it. It would do so well. I've already made a custom set for the first season. And there's so much you could do with it. You know, it's got a decent following in Japan. It's got a decent following in the Western world as well. Deck ideas, you've got Rin, and you can have a solo Rin deck where it's like her solo camping. You can have a Nadeshiko solo deck where she's, you know, especially in season 2 of the anime, she's learning how to solo camp herself. You could have a camping together deck with Rin and Nadeshiko, specifically those two, from like the first season of the anime. You could also do a camping club anime where you've got Nadeshiko, Chiaki, Aoi, Ena and Rin, or just the 3 girls in the club itself. You could do the Christmas camp as a combo, which I did in my custom set, where it's kind of like an Exodia deck where as long as you've got all 5 pieces you get certain combos. There is so much you could do with Eurocamp, and it's such a good anime and the artwork is so good. Why is it not in Weiss Schwarz? And it actually kind of frustrates me that it isn't. Yeah, they've obviously already got the license for it. Bushi already got the license for it because of Rebirth. They could easily do a movie set in Weiss Schwarz. They've already got it in Rebirth. Please Bushi Road, please bring Eurocamp to Weiss. It would do so well. Please don't doubt yourself on this. We'll see what happens, but that's got to be my number 1, and that's probably the one that's probably got the best chance as well. But yeah, that's my top 5. But that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and what did you think to my top 5? This is my first sort of like list video. Would you like to see more list videos? You know, would you like to see a summary of what I think are the top 5 decks in English right now, as of 2022, end of 2022, following the or going into the World Championships? You know, what sort of list videos would you like to see? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll happily do what I can. I think it'd be really cool. You know, top 5 level 0 utility effects. Yeah, top five series at the moment. I don't know. Let me know what you think. And if you're interested in those, I'll try and do like one of those once a month, because I think they're quite cool to do, provided I don't run out of ideas. But yeah, thanks for watching. Again, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And again, if you did enjoy this video, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below what you think. You know, do you agree with my top 5? Do you think I've missed any certain anime? Anything like that, please let me know. And yeah, I'll be very interested to hear your thoughts. But that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!